So how can you improve your understanding of the members of the other sex and your communication with them? The book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus describes insights regarding how effective communication can be created between men and women in a relationship. These insights are especially relevant today in light of the fact that in some countries, including the United States, the divorce rate is currently higher than 50%. Mr. Fix-It and the Home Improvement Committee. The main complaint that most women have against men is that men don't listen. The main complaint that most men have against women is that women always try to change them. These problems can be solved by understanding the reason mistakes are made. Women focus on things such as feelings, interpersonal communication, and love. Therefore, a woman's sense of self-esteem is measured according to her feelings and the quality of her relationships. When a man gives a woman advice instead of listening to and empathizing with her, it's because he assumes that she's looking for a solution, while what she really needs is to share her feelings. For example, Mary, I forgot to call my mother. Tom, that's okay, she'll understand. Mary, you don't understand how much she needs me. Tom, you worry too much, that's why you're so stressed out. At this point, the conversation will probably become an argument. If, on the other hand, Tom had said, "Oh no," and empathized with Mary's frustration instead of giving advice, he would have validated her feelings, resulting in a positive conversation. They would have felt closer to each other. Men are more focused on achievement-based activities, such as competitive sports, business management, and high-level positions, not on self-help books or feelings. When a woman gives advice regarding what a man should or shouldn't do, she hurts his ego. He gets the message that she thinks he can't solve the problem on his own. For example, Mary is talking to Tom, who is waiting for his flight at the airport. Tom, I forgot my ticket. Mary, you're so irresponsible. I told you to make sure you had your ticket. If, on the other hand, Mary had reacted without giving advice or criticism, Mary, I'm always jealous of your sense of adventure. Such a response would have strengthened their relationship because Mary wouldn't have criticized Tom for his mistake. How to motivate the opposite sex. Men and women get motivation in their relationships in different ways. Men by feeling needed, and women when they feel appreciated. In a relationship, men need to feel that their attention is necessary, and women need to feel that they are having their needs met. For example, if Mary wants Tom to hang a picture on the wall, instead of saying, "Why have you still not hung up the picture?" she should say something like, "I need your help to hang up the picture, can you help me?" In this way, she asks Tom for help instead of demanding. As a result, Tom will want to give Mary more attention and do whatever she needs him to do, leading to a stronger relationship. Tom's feeling of being needed will lead to Mary feeling appreciated. Speaking different languages. Men and women speak different languages. Women use indirect language and their feelings in order to express themselves and to feel better. Men, on the other hand, use words to directly convey information. For example, when Mary says, "You never listen," Tom says, "I listened to you yesterday." What Mary meant was, "You don't validate my feelings when I talk to you." Or, when Mary says, "We never go out," Tom's reply is, "We went out just last Monday." What Mary meant was, "We used to go out for long walks in nature, and now we just go out to a restaurant once a week." Mary doesn't make a direct complaint against Tom. That's not how women communicate. She needs to be aware of this tendency and try to describe the problem by conveying information if she can. For his part, Tom needs to validate Mary's feelings. In this way, their communication and their relationship will improve. Men are like rubber bands. When a man is in a relationship, every so often he needs some distance in order to come closer. A man loses himself in a relationship, therefore he has to temporarily pull away. When a woman prevents a man from distancing himself or punishes him for doing so, the return to intimacy is much harder. For example, Tom is trying to watch TV, but Mary isn't letting him. She wants to talk, and she insists he listen. Because Tom can't disconnect, he can't create a positive conversation with Mary like she'd like him to do. This makes their communication worse. Women are like waves. Women move from feeling that they are full of love, which they share, to feeling empty inside and in need of a refill. When his wife is full of love, the husband feels that it's because of him, and when she's empty, he feels like it's his fault. The man has to validate the woman's feelings when she's feeling empty and understand that it isn't his fault. For example, Mary says, "The meal at the restaurant was terrible." She's not blaming Tom, she's bringing up a problem indirectly. Tom's best strategy is to say something like, "Yes, they aren't what they used to be," to validate Mary's feelings. That's what will make Mary feel better, in the end, not necessarily immediately. Discovering our different emotional needs. Men and women have different emotional needs. Men give what they would like to receive, so do women. As a result, both are usually disappointed. Men usually look for belief in their abilities, acceptance of who they are, and appreciation for their efforts. Women usually want to be cared for and understood, and validation of their feelings. For example, Tom is looking for a job, and Mary suggests that he prepare a CV and send it to potential employers, instead of looking for a job through his friends. Tom does it and gets a job. Everyone is happy except Tom, who ignores Mary for a month. Why? Because Mary hurt Tom's sense of ability and therefore did not fulfill his emotional needs. How to avoid arguments. Communication between partners should be loving and respectful. Arguments break out because of a certain issue, but get ugly because of the style of communication used during the argument. Arguments become heated when the woman's feelings aren't validated, or when the man feels that his abilities are being underestimated. An example: Mary, "The tomatoes you bought are rotten." Tom, "The tomatoes are fine." Mary, "You can't even pick out a good tomato." Mary implied that Tom is at fault, and Tom didn't validate Mary's feelings. To validate Mary's feelings, Tom should have said, "Yes, the tomatoes aren't very good this week." And Mary should have started the conversation without attacking Tom. "The tomatoes aren't very good at this time of year." In this way, Tom will pay better attention to what he's picking out at the supermarket without feeling threatened. Scoring points with the opposite sex. Men feel loved if the efforts they make are appreciated. Women feel loved based on what they receive. Women give unconditionally because they believe they should help others. Men give when their efforts are appreciated and they get rewarded. Men appreciate grand gestures, while women feel more appreciated when they receive many small things. For example, Mary will appreciate it if Tom compliments the way she looks, validates her feelings, and gives her a hug in the morning, not if he works longer hours in order to take her on an expensive vacation. Tom will be happy if Mary appreciates his efforts. Subscribe to updates from Meaning A to Z if you would like to learn more and continue receiving inspiration to improve your life.